So it seems police have now just gained entry. They are now entering the property to go and conduct these evictions.
Police fired rubber bullets at illegal occupiers in Germiston, Ekurhuleni on Tuesday during a tense standoff with law enforcement officials. The confrontation erupted as City of Ekurhuleni officials carried out an eviction at a building reportedly illegally occupied. Scores found themselves being evicted from their units alongside their furniture from beds, fridge, washing machine, clothes and even blankets being carried out. Many argued that they were not informed about this eviction and that they had nowhere to go. But law enforcement argued otherwise, claiming the court issued out a court order in June and that occupants were well aware of what was coming, but never heeded to the warning.
This morning, the police, and I mean SAPS and EMPD, were supposed to, we already pre-planned to escort and support the sheriff of the court to execute a court order, which the illegal occupants here knew of. They were given several warnings. The court order was issued in June. They were given enough time, enough warnings, but they didn't adhere to. Now we planned the execution this morning. And unfortunately, I think in one way or another, the information leaked that today we are going to execute, as they are not complying to the court order. And they decided to block the main roads and all the roads that come to these premises. And unfortunately, some of them, when they realized the police and the law enforcement and sheriff are now coming in to do their work, they bent the building of Department of Home Affairs completely, which becomes more problematic because it's not what we expect. We expect law-abiding citizens. We expect the citizens, if they are not happy, there is legal processes which they were supposed to follow, but not to destroy the property which they need, which they will need even in future to utilize their services. It's essential infrastructure which they've destroyed. And when the police also were coming in with the sheriff, they started throwing stones to prohibit and hinder them from executing their duties. And that we didn't allow, we won't allow, and even in future we won't allow such things, because we are here to do what is expected of us, to protect the lives and property. And these properties, there is people who these houses belong to legally, who are supposed to occupy these houses. Now here comes the vagrant, or not vagrants per se, here comes people who just decided they take law in their own hands and give themselves properties illegally, and that cannot be allowed.
Earlier, a two-story Home Affairs building in the area was set alight allegedly by protesters. Ekurhuleni EMS spokesperson William Clady, who was at the scene, said the fire had severely damaged the top floor of the building, while the lower level was not as damaged. No one was injured or killed in the blaze, and the cause of the fire still remains under investigation. To date, 2 suspects have been arrested in connection with the incident. Meanwhile, the Department of Home Affairs in Gauteng is putting alternative measures in place to ensure that services continue.
At this point, we have identified 2 offices, being Alberton and Boksburg, where we will be able to assist the clients. Obviously, today we could not assist any of them. So tomorrow, we will be having mobile units both at Boksburg and at Alberton office, where we will be assisting. Now, people who are coming to make applications, that we should be able to do. The challenge at this point is with collection of documents. As indicated by EMS now, our ground floor, there was no fire damage, but there was water damage. But fortunately, all the documents, the IDs as well as passports, they are safely locked. So as soon as SAPS is due with what they need to, we will go in and check whether we are able to take out all the documents. So you can imagine the number of documents in that safe. At this point, I'm making an appeal with clients who are coming to collect that they should not collect, we will maybe from from Thursday, they can start going to the two offices, that is Alberton and Alberton and Boksburg office.
Sports, Arts and Culture Minister McKenzie says he can't apologise for something he didn't do. He's accused of posting racist tweets over a decade ago. It comes after he called for accountability for the Open Chat podcasters. They had made derogatory remarks towards the coloured community.
Because I wasn't racist. Must I be so desperate for a job that I start apologizing for stuff? I'm a brother. I'm another type of guy, not that. What you see here, they fear me. They have been calling me Pantit, mustn't be here. They've been saying, hey, this Pantit, he mustn't be a minister. Then every time I beat them at the by-elections, where's Pantit and all? Now they found racism. What racism? How can I be racist, my brother? Me! You think 15 years ago I thought I'm going to be a minister? I was a rich, black, socialite, living life, owning nightclubs, driving sports cars. And when I became a minister, I found God and I changed my whole life. If you want to punish me at the ballot box. As far as the job is concerned, I got so much love for my president that if he tells me right now to resign, I will resign and I'll go naar my mense toe, dat ons werk vir 2026. Spijzani.
Unemployment rate has edged higher again in the second quarter of 2025, reaching 33.2%. This is according to data released by Stats SA. This marks an increase of 0.3 percentage points from the first quarter, surprising economists who had predicted a more modest rise to 33%. The notorious Gupta compound in Saxonwold has been sold. Business rescue petitioners accepted an offer of 34 million. This sale follows just weeks after the compound went under the hammer, with one of the houses selling at a significantly lower price. The house, known as Property 3, which served as a staff quarter, sold just 3.3 million, which was a decrease from the original amount of 5 million. Pretoria will be sending a new trade offer to Washington amid the ongoing standoff. Government has been outlining measures to mitigate the impact of Trump's 30% tariffs, which came into effect last week. The Minister of Trade and Industry, Pakstawu, says Cabinet has approved South Africa to submit a revised offer as a basis of negotiation with the